Quarterbacks visit Performance Lab of California to take their throw from good to great. We have compiled 3 common throwing errors that we find using our 3D markerless system. First, we have the early hip opening. This is a symptom when the QBs use their pivot leg in a rotational movement during the throw. Typically, this is an indication that diagonal muscles, like the obliques, are compensating for primary force producers like the glutes and lats. Ideally, the lower body should align in a linear trajectory to produce maximum force. Next, we have a restriction of the hip on the front leg. During this throw, a restricted hip causes an overly linear trajectory. This is the opposite from the case before, where the hip is overused to create a rotational movement. A restricted hip often demonstrates dominant front leg hip flexor activation and inadequate core and hind leg activation. A perfect throw should incorporate the hind leg to produce the most force and transfer onto the pivot leg in a combination of rotational and linear movement. Lastly, we have the early shoulder opening. This is when the lower body isn't utilized during the throw because of a reliance on the upper body. This puts stress on the front of the shoulder and bicep, which often results in rotator cuff injuries and elbow tendonitis. For maximum efficiency, the shoulder should be aligned with the hip throughout the throwing motion. Visit your Performance Lab of California to take your throwing game to the next level.